EU is on the verge, and fall is inevitable. Since the European Union is facing challenges that could shake it to its core, this video aims to comprehensively explore this prediction and how to turn this looming crisis into a catalyst for success. Analyzing the potential causes that pose a risk to the EU stability. To understand the possibility of an EU fallout and recession in 2023, we must first examine the crucial causes that may contribute to the verge. First cause, the war in Ukraine. The ongoing conflict between Russia and Ukraine continues to cause significant devastation in Ukraine and the international community, especially in the European Union.
The future of our European Union is also written in Ukraine.
Three effects of the Russia-Ukraine war that may negatively affect the EU's stability. 1. Economic impact. The war has caused energy prices to surge, which has led to higher inflation. It has also led to a decline in economic growth by disrupting trade between the EU and the warring countries, Russia and Ukraine. These challenges could also lead to a recession in the EU, further dividing the bloc and making it more difficult to function effectively. 2. Political impact. The war continues to divide the Union over how to respond to Russia, since some member states actively provide military assistance to Ukraine. This division could make it more difficult for the EU to make unilateral decisions in the future, which may lead to a fallout of the bloc due to the decline in trust among the bloc's institutions. 3. Refugee crisis. Ukrainians continue to flee their homes and seek refuge in neighboring EU member states. However, it's essential to note that some member states are more willing to accept these refugees than others. Therefore, some countries are experiencing a significant financial strain on their available resources than others. As a result, this difference is causing major disagreements on how to respond to the growing refugee crisis, further weakening the unity and stability of the bloc. Second cause, the rise of populism and nationalism. In recent years, there has been a growing trend of populism and nationalism in Europe, which has led to increased Euroscepticism and calls for the disintegration of the EU. It could lead to the EU becoming more divided and less cohesive, eventually collapsing. Here are additional ways in which these phenomena can affect the Union's stability. Fragmentation and divisions. Populist and nationalist movements often challenge the traditional political establishment and advocate for policies prioritizing national interests over EU integration. This move can lead to increased divisions and fragmentation within the EU bloc, as member states may adopt conflicting positions on key issues. Erosion of trust and cooperation. It's vital to understand that the nationalist rhetoric often weakens cooperation among member states, hindering the bloc's effective decision-making processes. It's because they target the Union's institutions, such as the European Commission and the European Parliament, by questioning their legitimacy and negatively portraying their effects. Therefore, their actions influence a majority of the citizens of member states to undermine and doubt the trust they previously held in the European Union. EU integration and membership concerns. Populist and nationalist movements also advocate for the renegotiation of EU treaties, limits on integration, or even the withdrawal of member states from the EU. These demands can create uncertainty and instability within the EU bloc, challenging the existing framework and raising questions about the Union's future. For instance, the UK's decision to leave the EU, Brexit, is a prominent example of how the rise of populism and nationalism can undermine EU integration. These parties were able to exploit people's fears and prejudices and convince voters that the UK would be better off outside the EU. Migration and border control. Populist and nationalist movements often prioritize stricter immigration policies and stronger border controls. They also continue to criticize the EU's border control agencies, such as Frontex. Unfortunately, this action has led to a decrease in the funding of these agencies, making it more difficult for them to operate effectively. It can also lead to disagreements among member states regarding managing migration flows, burden sharing, and implementing common asylum policies, potentially straining relations within the EU. For example, the Hungarian government had to build a fence along its border with Serbia to stop the flow of migrants into the country. This move sparked social tensions between the two countries, making it more difficult for the EU to respond effectively to humanitarian crises. Third cause: the global economic crisis. The looming global financial crisis is also causing numerous economic challenges in the EU member states. They include slow economic growth, high levels of debt, rising unemployment, and decreased living standards among citizens due to ever-rising inflation. These factors are highly likely to contribute to political polarization due to disagreements in finding solutions for formulating economic policies, burden sharing, and measures to stimulate recovery. Therefore, this dilemma may also negatively impact the stability of the EU bloc and the effectiveness of its decision-making processes. Strategies to help you benefit from this impending crisis. Although a political crisis or an economic recession typically casts a dark shadow of economic uncertainty, it can also present viable opportunities for financial growth and transformation for prudent investors. For instance, history proves that some of the most successful investors emerge during challenging economic times. Therefore, by embracing a positive mindset and adopting the following 6 strategies, you can successfully position yourself for success in case this looming European Union fallout crisis occurs. First strategy: diversify your current investments portfolio. Since the primary objective during a crisis is often capital preservation, this strategy will significantly help you protect your current portfolio's value by reducing the likelihood of significant losses from a single investment. Therefore, consider your risk tolerance, investment timeline, and financial goals carefully. This assessment will help guide your diversification strategy and determine the appropriate allocation of assets. Allocate your investments across different asset classes, such as stocks, bonds, cash, real estate, commodities, and alternative investments. Asset classes tend to have different risk-return profiles, which helps balance your portfolio's performance. However, it's essential to note that diversification is not a one-time activity, since it requires continuous monitoring and adjustments. As a result, regularly reviewing your portfolio's performance and rebalancing it if necessary will enable you to maintain your desired asset allocation. Second strategy: identify emerging markets. Identifying emerging markets and understanding their potential role in preparing for an impending EU fallout can be highly valuable. For instance, allocating some of your financial investments to countries or regions likely to be less affected by the EU fallout will enable you to safeguard and grow your capital. It's because most emerging financial markets often exhibit higher growth rates than developed economies. Therefore, investing in financial markets that will experience minimum negative impacts from an EU fallout allows you to tap into their growth potential. However, this strategy typically requires comprehensive research, an analysis of the global market trends, and insights into different but viable regions and economies. Fortunately, this process will help you develop a broader understanding of global markets, economic dynamics, and profitable investment opportunities. This knowledge can also be valuable in preparing for an EU fallout and navigating future market developments. Third strategy: seek undervalued assets. During a crisis, some assets experience significant price declines, offering attractive long-term investment potential. Therefore, you can position yourself for potential long-term gains by identifying temporarily undervalued investments due to market pessimism or short-term disruptions. As the EU fallout subsides and the market stabilizes, these undervalued assets are likely to appreciate, providing significant returns over time. By seeking undervalued assets, you can also mitigate the impact of an EU fallout on your portfolio. For instance, if certain asset classes or sectors are disproportionately affected by the fallout, investing in undervalued assets in other sectors or regions can help balance the portfolio and reduce risk concentration. Undervalued assets like stocks or income-producing properties may also offer attractive income generation opportunities. For example, investing in dividend-paying stocks or rental properties undervalued during an EU fallout can provide a consistent income stream as you wait for their value to appreciate. Fourth strategy: review trade agreements and regulations. Reviewing previous and new trade agreements and regulations by the EU allows you to assess the possible impact of the fallout on existing trade arrangements. This strategy is essential because changes in trade policies, tariffs, or regulations resulting from the crisis can disrupt supply chains, impose new barriers, or alter market access conditions. Therefore, understanding these impending disruptions helps you anticipate the possible challenges, identify new trade opportunities outside the European bloc, and adjust your strategies accordingly as the EU landscape changes. Fifth strategy: embrace innovation and technology. Whether you're an employee in a large corporation or you operate your own business, this strategy will enable you to prepare for the future and secure your success. Therefore, embracing modern innovation and technology can help you prepare for an impending EU fallout in the following ways. Market expansion. You can access global markets and diversify your customer base by leveraging digital platforms, e-commerce, and online marketing strategies. This broader market reach helps reduce reliance on the EU market and mitigates financial losses that may occur during the fallout. Operational efficiency. By embracing automation, digitalization, and data-driven solutions, you can optimize your operations, improve productivity, enhance your supply chain, and become more resilient in the face of economic challenges from an EU fallout. Product and service innovation. Technology can also facilitate the development of new products, services, and business models to satisfy changing customer needs. This move will enable individuals and businesses to differentiate themselves from competitors and maintain a competitive edge during an EU fallout. Enhanced customer engagement. You can better understand your customer preferences, gather feedback, and tailor your offerings through digital platforms, social media, and customer relationship management systems. By building strong customer relationships and delivering exceptional experiences, you can foster customer loyalty and withstand the negative impacts of an EU fallout. Collaboration and partnerships. Embracing innovation and technology opens opportunities for collaboration and partnerships. You can access expertise, share knowledge, and explore joint ventures by engaging with technology startups, research institutions, or industry peers. Collaborative initiatives can accelerate innovation, foster resilience, and enable shared resources to navigate better the challenges posed by an EU fallout. Cost optimization and resource management. Technology-driven solutions can help optimize costs and manage resources effectively. For example, implementing energy-efficient systems, utilizing cloud computing, or adopting smart manufacturing processes can save costs and reduce environmental impact. These strategies contribute to long-term sustainability and financial stability, even amid economic uncertainties. Sixth strategy: consider safe haven assets. Assets such as gold or inflation-protected bonds tend to preserve capital during economic uncertainty, even when other financial markets experience significant downturns. Therefore, allocating a portion of your portfolio to safe haven assets can protect your wealth during an EU fallout. They also have a high liquidity capability, meaning one can easily buy or sell them without significantly impacting their market price. This liquidity is particularly important during periods of market stress, such as an EU fallout, since it enables you to access cash or rebalance your investment portfolios quickly. Lastly, although the European Union faces significant challenges, it's essential to consider that the bloc's management is working hard to address them. However, this video aims to prepare you for the worst-case scenario of an EU collapse while providing viable solutions to assist you in successfully navigating the situation. To access more global economic and informative videos, subscribe to my YouTube channel and press the notification bell to be alerted as soon as I upload more valuable content.